What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday.
Yeah.
Woo! Fuck yeah. Oh my God, guys, I am battling a cold. I'm sorry, warning before we get into it.
I said you got a marital glow,
Oh,
honey.
thank you. Honestly, you're being nice by saying that because I haven't.
No,
I
I'm
haven't
not.
slept.
I feel it.
I'm battling a cold because literally 2 days before the wedding, my whole family came down with something, and
they battled
through it. But
Soldiers.
you wouldn't even be able to tell. But my dad was like, "I'm as sick as a dog," and I'm like, "Okay, if he had what I have now, like I just have a little cold. It's
you have one glitter, it's like
I'm just gonna
right
leave
under
it.
your eye. I just want you to know.
I'm gonna leave it.
It's reflect. Though that it's not gonna come off your skin.
No,
like when that happens.
Yes, and it's stuck.
It's yeah.
And we're
honestly,
just
it's giving you a little shine.
Oh, you know what? We're just gonna let it be, okay?
Yep.
We're letting it happen.
I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
Because
thank you so much.
I feel like if you saw in the camera, you'd be like, nobody fucking told me I had that little sparkle under my eye.
No, I'm keeping it. So everybody knows when you see I have a sparkle under my eye and I am keeping it.
Good.
Oh my God, how we feeling?
Amazing. How are you feeling?
Amazing. Like
you're a married woman.
I am a married woman. Literally like unfucking believable. Like truly unbelievable. Where do we even begin?
I don't know.
Where do we begin? It's like
it all started when Rhea turned at
12:57. I was born.
You should start with the end and then go back to the beginning and then tell.
Oh my God, like it's like a movie.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, we have to talk because we teased Thursday night.
Yeah. I was gonna say we should start with Thursday
chronological
night.
order.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Rehearsal dinner.
Yeah. Let's also preface this episode. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
We're talking about the wedding only. If you're coming for anything else, come back on Wednesday.
Come back on Wednesday. I won't be here.
Come back on Wednesday because this episode is fully dedicated to wedding recap time. Rhea is a fucking trooper. We are in the studio before she leaves for her honeymoon. She's going straight to the airport from here. And we got to recap and do full wedding. And then we'll be back to our, regular scheduled programming. You won't be here, but as far as content on the podcast, we'll be like that. But just in case anyone was looking for topics today, you ain't gonna get them.
No, I'm so.
But my God, the JoJo Siwa stuff is
oh my God, no,
out of control.
Should we talk about Thursday? No,
Rhea's married plus JoJo Siwa.
We should have asked Adam Devine to come on this episode.
Seriously. Honestly, I appreciate our listeners so much that so many people made that joke and I loved it. Like I got so many replies to my story of the photo booth picture of the four of us. And it was so like, good. We're married plus Adam Devine.
It's so good. No, Thursday, I was rehearsal dinner day, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with JoJo Siwa? That was on my brain. But we'll move past that.
The only thing on my TikTok.
You will talk about it on Wednesday without me. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm so afraid of being replaced, but it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be replaced because they can't.
It's your own show.
We're on the show together. I'm not going to be replaced.
The only way to be replaced is if I was like, you're out, and I'm not.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
No, I can't do that.
You can't do that.
I would also literally.
We're equal parts of the
your show.
No, it was both of our shows.
Let me tell you, there's a girl on TikTok that got pushed out of her podcast. Did you see that drama?
No, I didn't.
It was, I literally had never heard of the podcast. No offense.
Hot start.
But I saw all the drama because the girl's videos were going mega viral of her being like, I have been pushed out of my podcast, and she had to start a new podcast, and the original girl used all the same socials. And it's like, if I took Chicks in the Office and changed the name.
No, that's
Chicks
crazy.
in the Office and kept all the socials, but changed it to my new podcast.
No, that's
and
nuts.
she kept it all, changed all the passwords, locked her out.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Crazy.
No, we're both equal parts of the show. I love you. Here you go. Shake my hand. Okay. Cool. I won't be replaced. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
You won't be replaced. Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
Your seat will be waiting for you when you come back.
Thank you.
And you're going to be bronzed European goddess.
I can't wait. Yeah. So we'll begin the recap because we're gonna start talking about a bunch of pop culture topics if we don't start.
I know.
Thursday night, we had teased pizza. So a couple years ago, Mark at Lucali, the owner of Lucali, he's a big Yankee fan, and he started following Matt because of the Yankees, and they got in touch, and we went to dinner there, and we were like, wow, this it's a spot that people rave about. And then when we went to go see our wedding venue for the first time, we went to Lucali right after, and we were just like, wow, like this venue, Lucali right after, like this is all lining up. Like if we can make a little special intimate rehearsal dinner here happen, that would be fantastic. And shout out to Mark for letting us shut the place down and do it, because it was incredible. The women that work there are fantastic.
Amazing.
They threw an amazing dinner. I mean, it's so like the vibe in there is just so old
So
school,
cool.
and the food is obviously delicious. And we kept it really intimate. We had a couple of our closest friends, and then we had the people who were involved in the church. So a lot of our family members who were involved in the church, because we had the church rehearsal right before that. And that was just like starting it off. Like we were looking around the room and we were like, this is about to be such an incredible weekend. Like the start of this rehearsal dinner was just incredible. And then my sister and Matt's brother, both matron of honor and best man, we didn't have a bridal party. They both are more on the shy side. Like my sister gets insane stage fright, so they did their speeches that night and they absolutely crushed it.
Beautiful.
And it was like so perfect in the setting that it was, like so intimate. And then my mother-in-law rounded out the speeches at the end with a banger.
She absolutely crushed it too. I think for those of you who don't know, sorry. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Fran. Ria's friend. I'm here to say that Lucali was truly like the most iconic thing. I don't think people fully understand, especially if you're not from this area, how iconic that is. And I got so many questions from people in my life being like, how did Ria and Marty do that? And honestly, I have been bragging so hard about it for you guys that I'm like, oh, they're friends with Mark. They don't normally do that. Like, if you want to have a party there, I don't think you can.
No.
Like, I'm like, sorry. Like, I know, because people are like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I'd love to do that. I'm like, I actually don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
don't think you can. But it's really like one of the most iconic New York pizza. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce shut down that place. Like when they go, like they love to go to Lucali. Like that's the level was that word. That's why Joe and I were fucking freaking out, because I was like, this is gonna be so good. And not only was everyone in there amazing, like my wine glass was full at all times. It never, no matter what, someone was there refilling it. It was amazing. The food was out of this world. I think by far the best pizza I've ever had. I think it ruined pizza for me. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was
agree.
like, and New York style pizza is obviously amazing, and there's so many great places.
Just something different about it.
But it just has a pop. That pizza sauce has a pop.
It's so good. And by the way, like they only serve pizza and calzones, but for the special customers, they throw in some pasta and meatballs, and so they added that on, and it was the pizza is out of, like, no wonder there's a line wrapped around every day. Like, it is so good.
The first thing Joe said when we walked in, he went up to one of the girls and was like, we getting some off menu items.
show us what you got off menu.
Some off menu items. No, I was like, I really thought it was just the coolest thing ever. You took so many cool pictures, and the photos from Lucali just looked so stunning. It was like so classic. And because you had the whole place, there were people who were, trying to come up and see if it was open, and kept being like, closed for the night, honey.
And Fran's yelling at the door, no, you can't come in.
It was so cool. Oh my gosh. And it really was just, you guys got to make your own pizza. How was that?
Yes. Oh my God. So fun, but also like so nerve wracking, because the photographers and videographers were like shooting it. And I was like, like you're trying to like pose for the camera and make the pizza, but the pizza turned out incredible. Like it was so cool. I'm gonna give a special shout out to the photographers and videographers, by the way, who were the most talented women on the planet. And the fact that they got these pictures and videos back to us in the middle of the night of our wedding. I'm stunned opening up my phone at 3:30 in the morning. I have all the pictures from the wedding. I'm like, are you serious? Like, unheard of. I mean, they are just so incredible.
I'm so obsessed with Sarah, who's your wedding photographer.
And Jody Lee, like they are, I've tagged them a bunch on Instagram, but they are just, oh my God, like they're like the coolest girls, and they made the coolest shots. Like I just can't.
No, Sarah was, and I'm obsessed with Sarah.
They perfectly capture like what's going on. Like they're not making you pose. Like they're just like, you do like, you know, you do you and like effortless. Like it's just, oh God, I fucking love them. They were incredible. But no, Lucali was so good. I
have to send you all those videos of you making the pizza. And that was like my first intro to Sarah because I was just in her way. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm totally in your way. Like you're trying to take your pictures.
And by the way,
I had my phone out being like, look over here.
Sarah should be a model.
If she wasn't, she looks like such a supermodel that I didn't even want to ask her because I was like, I bet every wedding she does, people are like, oh my God, were you a model? Because that's how much of a model she looks like that I was like, there's no way. She is 6 foot something.
6'2".
Like beautiful.
Her husband's 6'10".
Oh my God. Oh my God, do they have children?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, genetic lottery. Those kids are going to be so tall.
No, it's crazy.
No, it was, she was, and like her whole outfit on for the wedding was so cool. I just was so cool. And she was very funny. She kept chirping Joe, which really made me laugh.
It was so good. She kept chirping my dad too. She was calling my dad Freaky Mike, which was actually incredible.
She kept calling Joe short. I was dying.
You know, is so funny. She had the best chirps. But no, it was the rehearsal dinner really felt so special and intimate. And I was like, wow, this is really going to be something. Like I knew that night that the wedding was going to be really something special. And then
can you talk about your rehearsal dinner look a little bit?
Oh, sure, I would love to. Mm-hmm. I got my outfit from Meshki.
It was gorgeous.
I ordered it back in October. I thought it was something different but classic that I hadn't seen.
It fit.
And
it fit the.
I'm sorry, I can't be sneezing in the middle of this. It's disgusting. Thank you.
It fit the venue perfect. Like it fit the. And
I checked with you about a trillion times of what you thought about it, and you're like, perfect, don't change it. And I didn't change it. I wanted to keep it classic. Haley, we did minimal makeup because I had not been wearing makeup for a while, and
I'm so glad you did that.
And just kept it minimal because, you know, the next day was gonna be like the boom. And then Thursday night, went back, slept with my sister, of course. Matt and I didn't sleep together, separate hotels actually, and you know, my sister was just laying in bed. We were watching some Beat Bobby Flay. We both passed out pretty instantly. And then I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. And I was like, I'm up. Because I had opened my phone to a bunch of pictures from Lucali. I was like, I can't go back to sleep now. But I was up and, you know, I took a shower around 5:30. Like, I was just ready to go. We got ready. I got married at Liberty Warehouse, and they have a beautiful bradal suite. So we got married. We got ready there in the morning. Fran, obviously there. I know I've mentioned a bunch. I don't have a bridal party because I have to keep reminding, because people are like,
yeah,
they're like, Fran was a bridesmaid. Fran was an honorary maid of honor.
Yeah,
like you don't understand. Like, you do not understand. Like, you were on it, and we got ready in the morning there, and just the vibes in the morning were just flowing. We're good. Like,
it was beautiful, and honestly, it really was that lucky penny worked because it was. I thought the
65
weather,
and partly cloudy.
Yeah, I thought the weather was perfect because it really was 65 and partly cloudy. Even a little warmer.
Yeah.
Which was.
Yeah, they threw on 10 degrees for you.
Yeah.
Because the cocktail hour outside there is just with the skyline, the Statue of Liberty. It's just it's gorgeous. They have an indoor part, but the promenade is.
No, but it was such a great setup for, you know, Haley and Nicole, who was doing hair, and the team to like set up and everybody be in there, which was so nice because it was you still had the most important ladies in your life to have those moments.
I had a Franny sandwich.
Yes.
I had my sister, my two sister-in-laws, my brother's wife and Matt's brother's wife, and of course my mother-in-law and mom. Perfect.
Yep. And it was scheduled out so well too, I will say. And I know, I'm sure you'll talk about your planners as well that helped, but it was so well paced. You know, there was no rushing, which was so nice for you, I feel like.
I have to give a ginormous shout out to Eventful Days, Kristen, Janice, Christine. What a team that they have. So when they first reached out, I was just doing day of coordination because I had already locked a bunch of vendors and whatnot. And Matt and I started talking to Kristen a bunch about just like, you know, little details and designs to really like make our personality shine through. And she just made the vision really come to life in ways that I couldn't even, like, we would just back and forth I'd come up with an idea. She would come up with an idea. I'd be like, yes, I love that. And we just had this back and forth teamwork that was absolutely incredible, and they are amazing. Day of, not a worry in the world. Like, they just did everything with ease, and they were on top of everything. So highly recommend if you're in New York. I know they do Florida eventful days. Like, they are quite the team. They scheduled that out all perfectly.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was so nice. Like, there was not one moment that anyone was being rushed around or you had to be pulled in different directions. I felt like that really was so helpful for you. They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You guys know it. I'm always talking about it. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are probably already gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, we have Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. There have been so many amazing shows that I have my eye on. Gracie Abrams is this summer. There's also Jonas Brothers are going back on tour. There's really some huge ones happening so soon. I actually saw that there's a few shows this week. Charlie XCX is in Brooklyn on Thursday. You can check that out. I saw an amazing deal for great seats, only $123, which you guys know Charlie XCX, popular as can be right now. So what are you waiting for? It is time to buy those tickets now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. The room was so stunning, but well, I guess we can continue to go in chronological orders. But we get ready. We go to the church.
Fran would not peek in the room.
I didn't peek.
So I just need to say, Fran did not want to know anything about how the wedding looked. She wanted to be surprised because she knew that Matt and I were really putting like a lot of the details of our own, like truly our vision. She was like, I just
which I have a lot of questions about. Well, I'll get to it too.
She was like, I just want to see it myself. She sends me this dress. She shows it to me. And I'm like, yes, get that. And I didn't want to reveal too much. I was like, get that dress. It's perfect. You had already ordered it. And I was like, that's the dress. She was like, I'm like, that's the dress. The whole morning, like I'm looking at you. I'm like, she has no idea how perfect this dress really is. On the way to the church, you're like, we're in the bus to the church. You're looking around and you're like, the cherry blossoms, like they're just in full bloom. They're just in full bloom, aren't they? Like it's beautiful. And I
looked at
said,
you and I said, Rhea, look at these gorgeous cherry blossoms.
Like on the street.
I was like, you the perfect timing. I said, this week is peak bloom.
Yeah, and I said, it really is, Fran.
It really is.
Little did she know that I had cherry blossoms at the reception on cherry blossom trees on people's tables. But you, Matt, and you said this to me on Saturday. You were like, the way our brains are connected is something a little freaky. Like we are connected in a way that is amazing and magical, but also a little freaky at the same time.
Yeah, I almost like it almost now I almost want to keep like testing it. Like it's a weird thing that now I'm like, you know what? And I didn't think about it either because I really did want to see the room like it was fully done because we were there early. So they were still putting it all together, and some of the girls were taking peeks and seeing things. I was like, I don't even want to see it when it's like in the process. I want to see the finished product and like walk out and see it all together. And when I saw those cherry blossoms, when I saw those trees, I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, I cosplayed as a cherry blossom.
Yeah, no, it was.
I really couldn't believe it, and also we were laughing because you had said that Kelly loved my dress.
Yes,
and
Kelly knew about the cherry blossoms.
Yes,
and she
Kelly
wanted
knew.
your dress.
And it was just so funny because I was like, oh my God, that makes so much more sense now.
But Kelly looked
oh my God,
unbelievable.
everybody really did.
Kelly's going viral on TikTok for how unbelievable she looked. Like you guys both look so fucking gorgeous, and
everybody really wore beautiful
Noah,
outfits.
very handsome in your tuxedo.
Thank you.
You
Crushed
did.
No, I feel so honored that you all showed out. Like you were like, we are stepping out for this event. No,
yeah, but when we sat down in the pew at church, Kelly was so fucking excited. She's just like nervous energy. She's like giggling to herself, and Tommy came into her pew and he looked so handsome in his tux. I said, Tommy, you look so nice. You look so handsome. Kelly like almost fell over. She was like, Fran, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to her. She was like, that was so nice.
Everyone was just, everyone was feeling happy.
Look, love's in the air.
Yeah.
He's got that Fiji glow.
Yeah.
Like he looks
Tommy's
great.
looking handsome.
Everybody in their tux looks so nice.
They look great.
I was so impressed with all of our coworkers who came dressed like so well.
I mean, I never doubted Feidelberg and Kevin though.
No.
Classy in their tuxes,
But it was just everybody really, I thought, looked so nice.
So good.
Okay, I know this sounds horrible right now because I'm on the plane, but I have to add in that my mom looked so fucking stunning. Like, absolutely jaw-dropping stunning. I'm looking back on the pictures and I just cannot get over it. Just absolutely stunning. And of course, my mother-in-law as well. Just two absolutely flawless mothers. It's insane.
Yeah.
So we get to the church, the ceremony, and I mean, obviously biased. I thought it was beautiful.
The church was gorgeous because also, like you said, Easter, so they still have all their florals.
Easter florals.
And man, that pop of like pink and yellow and white, so gorgeous. I can't even really put into words how stunning you looked. And when you were fully dressed, I was like, Rhea, you may have to reconsider the first look thing. Matt may pass out at the altar. I said, you may actually need to do this now. We're gonna have to call 911. And I was so excited to watch him. You know, it's that cheesy 27 dresses. I like to look at the groom when the bride walks in. The whole thing.
It's so
but
true.
It really was where I was like, oh my God, he is gonna freak out. And he really did. He really did. But you were like so breathtaking. When Nicole was putting that veil on your head, I was like, I couldn't even describe. It was, the whole thing was this stunning, like, Roman Catholic Dolce & Gabbana Italian princess goddess wedding. Like, I felt if you took those pictures and said, oh no, these were actually in Vogue Italia and they were captured next to like 15th century castle in Tuscany, I'd be like, oh duh. Yeah, of course it was.
God,
of course it was. It was.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Thank you
my
so
God.
much.
And Matt, like, I knew he was gonna freak out when he saw you, but it was so sweet.
It was the sweetest reaction. Like when I got up there
the deep breaths he was taking before you came down the aisle, he was like, Nick kept like patting him on the back.
No, he had the sweetest. I put the video up on my Instagram and TikTok, but you can see like the tear just like slowly fall. Like he had just the sweetest reaction, and he told me like, you know, and I have felt the same way. Like you're like, how am I gonna react? Like when I walk down the aisle, or he's like, how am I gonna react when I see her? Like you think about it a lot, but you don't think about it in that moment because it just happens naturally. Like all of a sudden, everything goes out your head, and whatever you're feeling comes out. I had the biggest, like I was smiling from ear to ear.
cheesing.
Like I was just like, my face hurt from smiling so much, and he just had the sweetest, like, oh my God, like he was just stunned, which is exactly, but I had asked him what he thought my dress was going to look like before, and I never told him a detail. And he sort of like described like a little bit, but now he's like, I just don't want to say too much, you know. But he was like, oh, this is exactly what I envisioned doing, like, you know, obviously. But it just, it was so sweet. And his cousin is a priest. No, he does not live in New York, but the church allowed him to come and, you know, do it for us, and he did a wonderful job. And we did our own vows in the church, which people asked how I did that. We just asked, and they said yes. Like they were like, you can do it on top of that.
That is a fair question, because I think people do kind of, and I maybe certain churches have different rules.
Yeah.
Because people kind of assume that in a church wedding you kind of have to stick to the formula, stick to the script.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's so nice that
it was really nice.
let you guys
and
do that.
That's my favorite moment for me was us reading our vows to each other, because they felt like, it really felt like we matched each other's energy perfectly. Like I thought it was so personal. It was so us. We were really speaking to each other. I heard No, you
I
want to
told
say?
Rhea outside. I was like, me and Tommy were tearing up. Like me and Tommy looked at each other. Like I think it was after yours, and we were like,
No, Rhea, you didn't oversell it. Like you were talking about it. Your vows were beautiful, as was Matt's. Joe said it too. Afterwards, he was like, I love when the vows like match each other, and that some of the same things are mentioned, and of course they don't know.
No,
that they're saying the
we
same
didn't
because
tell
it's
each other
not-
a single
'cause it's
thing.
not you're not telling each other
Yeah.
your vows before, you're writing them on your own, and it's such a beautiful moment when some of those same things are mentioned back, and
Yeah.
it feels like more of those traditional type vows when you do both repeat the same things to each other and make those same promises. And when you write your own and have that unintentional kind of same situation where you are mentioning the same things and making those promises, you guys both crushed it. It was
Marty's
it was really
singing
beautiful.
comment got an audible laugh out of me.
Oh yeah, I mean he got audible laughs. Yeah, he said like something like how perfect I am, and thank God didn't give me a good singing voice because then I would be too perfect.
Yeah. Which just wouldn't have.
Yeah. But he was like, you never want to make a mean joke, but he was like, that one felt
Yeah.
just like one you would laugh at very
Yes.
hard, and I was like, yes, that was absolutely perfect. And
Yeah.
and then it went into like just about how obsessed he is with me and how perfect I am and how I deserve a perfect man for me because of that. So it was like a really just like flowed
It did
beautifully.
What
I
were
mean,
your thoughts before you walked down the aisle?
I was just like, oh my God, I feel so normal. Like I sort of was shocked at how normal I felt because I kept thinking to myself, how am I going to feel?
How was your dad?
I think my dad was good. He was most focused on his speech at all the man could think about was his speech. But I will say, I did a first look with my dad.
Yep.
And he obviously, he was just so emotional and cried. And I gave my mom and my dad both a gift. I had my mom join after, and I gave them, handkerchiefs with written notes on it from me, both personalized. And it was so funny because a little before that, my mom had said to me, my mom always calls me Peanut, little Peanut. And she like looked at me, she said, you're always going to be my little peanut, right? And I said, of course. And on my note, I wrote, I will always be your little peanut. So she lost it. And then on my dad's, I wrote to him, just like, my dad, like really growing up, he took me to everything. Like at first I went to all of my sister and brother's events, like, sports, whatever. Like I never really did anything until I started doing the acting and modeling, whatever. And my dad, like, really supported me. He would drive to work at 4 a.m. to the city. He would work so hard to get home in time, like 12 o'clock, to then get me and drive me back to the city. So he would drive back and forth to the city a million times, like throughout the week, and we would sit in the car from like when I'm 8 years old and just have these long conversations, like my dad and I, where we could really talk about anything, whether we agreed or disagreed. We always could talk. And I had wrote something about that in the note, and then my dad looked at me, he goes, I wrote the same exact thing in my speech. Like he was like, that was the most important thing to me, was like our conversations, how we could really talk about anything no matter what it is and never fight. Like we agree, disagree, whatever it is, like we always can talk, and like that is just so special. So he was like, it's just like those moments where you said, like, even the vows, like when you write like when Matt and I were saying these things to each other, like little things that only we would know, and we both include it. Like I'm like, this is so special. Like there were so many things in Matt's vows that I was so taken aback. Like my face is I'm just like like he's just like the absolute sweetest person in the world. But with my parents too, like my dad was just so nervous about a speech, and I was like, you don't have to be nervous about this speech, and he crushed it.
Yeah,
like
he did.
like everyone was like,
I said I got choked up at that speech too.
Yeah.
he did such a phenomenal job. But I think he was excited to walk down the aisle, and even afterwards he looked at Matt and I and he said, those vows were the most personal thing I've ever heard. He was like, that was really special. Like I'm just so happy I witnessed that. Like it was really special. And then actually right after, so we walked after we got married, walked down the aisle. We went to the back of the church to let everyone out. Matt had showed me a surprise in his tuxedo. He had printed a card I wrote him when he was my boyfriend, and it was a really special card. And I wrote like, "And one day my husband." And he got that printed inside of his tux jacket, which was really, really special that he had saved. Like, obviously a card.
He was obviously very excited about that. He did show. He was showing. Yeah. I saw that before.
He was incredibly
awesome.
Excited. He got that printed. He got a couple other things like the date and the initials inside the jacket and the shirt, which was so beautiful. And to see that like right after, like when we were alone, was really amazing. And the fact, like he's just so thoughtful. He is, and I truly mean that. Like, we make each other better and make each other more thoughtful about our friends and family. And like, I've never been closer with my friends and family than I am now. And I truly think I've always been close to my friends and family, but it just feels different now.
It's different. Yeah.
Because he is such a friends and family person that it like just makes it even better. So the ceremony I just thought was
beautiful.
It was beautiful. I felt like, oh my God, like I feel so like normal. Like I just, that feeling. I was like, what the heck? Like I thought I was gonna be freaking out, and I just felt like, oh my God, this is amazing.
You got to talk about Bob almost going rogue on the
Oh my God. So obviously we know Nano because I talk about Nano, but we have Baba, who is my dad's dad, and Baba was doing the prayer of the faithful, and he had asked me a couple of days before, can I do my own prayer of the faithful? I said, Baba, I don't know. It's one of those things where you just do it and ask for forgiveness after, because I don't know. But he asked Father Pat, the priest, if he could do it the night before, and Father Pat looked over and said, yeah, that's good. You could do that. Baba gets up there. He looks over. He goes, Matt, me and my sister squeezed each other's hand. We said, oh my God, where is he going with this? Yeah. But he said something very nice, like, welcome to the family. We love you. And then he went into the prayer of the faithful. Yeah. I saw Father Pat's face.
So did I.
I saw his soul leave his body. Where is this guy going? I said, if anything, we just say Baba's senile. He's 87 years old. He just came out. I don't know what happened.
Because we were joking about him just going rogue. And when I looked at Father Pat, I was like, oh, he looked so nervous that we were going off script.
I thought what he said was amazing, but when he turned, like when he got up there and turned to you, you know what it reminded me of? When like Nicki Minaj turned to Miley Cyrus at that award show. Like, what is he about to say?
Because he also did kind of move in. It was slow and there was a pause. Like he got up there and turned and went, Matt? And I think the whole church was like,
what's he about to say right now? What is he about to say?
No, it was so sweet. It was, welcome to the family, and then he just said something to you.
Yeah, it was.
And then he got into the prayer of the faithful. But it was like, it was.
The best feeling after is after the ceremony, when you're like, we did it. The most important part. And when I actually got down the aisle with my dad, Father Pat looked at us both. He said, the scariest part's over. Yeah. Now it's good. I said, you're so right. What I was worried about most was walking down the aisle no, I didn't trip. It was good. And no, the ceremony was just, I will just, every night for the past since then, I've just fallen asleep thinking about our vows. Like, I was like, that was just so special. And then
Luca came down the aisle in his little
got car. Pushed down in a car, and he clapped at the end of the aisle.
The clap was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Absolutely. He got down in the end, he went, everyone was like, "Oh, great job, job!"
Absolutely adorable, just the best. And I loved having my sister next to me and like just squeezing her hand the whole time. And like my sister and I have the same sense of humor where we can like look at each other and like make like a small little joke. You know what I'm saying? And like just to be able to have that and feel so comfortable up there was so important. And oh God, I mean the ceremony was just everything that we could have dreamed of and more. And then it was party time, and that was just. I mean, I was so ready. So ready.
The only thing we love as much as you guys, a delicious cocktail. And no one serves up real delicious drinks like Rum Haven. Rum Haven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste. You can't beat the taste of real coconut water. It's delicious, clean, and refreshing. You can enjoy Rum Haven straight over ice, with a splash of club soda, or in your favorite juice. I love a rum punch with some Rum Haven. We've made some great cocktails with it. Pour your favorite juice. I like to do Rum Haven, and orange juice and pineapple juice. Delicious, so good, so refreshing. Oh, it's the best. So you can head to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice to learn more. Make sure you guys are drinking your Rumhaven. Once again, you go to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice to learn more.
Cocktail hour, beautiful on the promenade, beautiful weather, food, fantastic at Liberty Warehouse. I mean,
Food was insane.
The food was
insane.
The food is insane. They showed, so we didn't see what it looked like. Our planners showed us at 7:45. Cocktail hour 7:45. They brought us into the room. I was like, this is a wonderland. Like, this is a fairy tale wonderland. Like, when I was like, I just can't wait for our guests to see this.
You guys transformed the room in such a beautiful way because the venue is so cool. Because it's a really blank slate.
It is. You can do whatever you want.
Do what you want. Because I was talking to Mima, because she has been to a wedding there before. Mm-hmm. And she was sending me pictures of the wedding she went. And she was like, oh my God, it's so crazy. I wouldn't have ever known. Like, it looks so different. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, because you can really.
You could do whatever you want.
Do what you want. I also, and I know this is just like a logistical thing, but for those that are getting married or have been married, and maybe this was a part of your day, and it's such a different way to, sometimes there's people do things in different ways. There was some time in between, which I thought was so nice for you guys.
Yeah.
Because you went back and had time at the venue and like take your pictures, have those moments. Because I want to say, when we got there and the cocktail hour was starting, I had Gia brought her a physical gift, and I was like, oh my God, just give it to me and put it upstairs because I don't want this to get lost in the mix. And I came up to the bridal suite, it was just you and Matt in there having a snack, chatting, and I was like, oh my God, this is so nice that you guys got that in between time.
It was
right?
amazing.
Like,
no, it was just to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Because you want to like catch up about like the day.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I have so much to tell you. I have so much to tell, because we didn't talk the morning of.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, oh my God, we have so much to tell each other. And no, I mean, seeing like I just felt like our personalities really like shine through. I mean, we had so many, I'm probably not even going to touch, I'm probably going to forget a lot of what I wanted to say on this episode, because there was so many details that we put into this. But you know, I originally talked about how we were gonna like keep it, and I was like, no, we gotta throw color. Like we gotta throw color into this. Like, we are colorful personalities. Like, we gotta throw color to this. Disco balls. We love to dance. I was like, I want disco balls in this shit. Like, the cherry blossoms. Like,
where'd the inspiration come from? Like, what was your process? Because I felt like it was so unique and you.
Thank you. So, the color scheme, I really love a peach color. I just really do. I always stand out to me.
It's a beautiful tone.
And I was like, well, why don't we start doing like peach and pink and spring? Because I was like, you know what? This really is the start of spring. Like, we should really, and then I was like, what if I started seeing pictures of like a tree at Liberty Warehouse, like trees on tables. And I had brought that up to our florist, and he was like, it's actually going to be peak cherry blossom time. Would you want to do cherry blossom? I said, yes, we want to do cherry blossoms. Yes. And then I had seen people do those mirrored tables, and Matt and I knew we wanted disco balls above the dance floor. And I was like, wait a second. If we do the mirrored tables closest to the dance floor with the disco balls, it will all reflect off each other beautifully. Like, they will all go together. So things just started to come together. The escort table said, meet us under the disco balls. We had
really cool escort table,
it was
wall, by the way.
Yeah, it was cool. We had written a handwritten note that they put onto everyone's card, like signed from Matt and I. That was I thought that was just like a sweet idea.
Yeah,
just
it's
like
a nice touch.
Just to set the tone for the night. Like, we are so happy that everyone took the time to come. People traveled. Like, thank you for being here. Like, let's see you on the dance floor. Like, let me tell you, there wasn't one person that wasn't on that dance floor.
No, there really wasn't.
The dance floor was packed the whole night. DJ Neza crushed. Absolutely crushed. Had a violinist at the cocktail hour. James.
DJ for you guys.
Yes.
Did you always know you were gonna go DJ?
Yeah, we're DJ people.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
I love, it is what it is. I'm a DJ person. And we had a violinist at the cocktail hour, which I thought was a nice touch to have like a little live music that way. He was really cool. And
at one point he played I don't know this I don't know the name of the song, but it's literally always all over social media.
I know what you're
the one that's
about.
the do 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 do. Like is it Golden Hour? You're my
I thought I knew what you were talking about until you started humming it.
I actually have no idea.
You're my Golden Hour? Yeah.
I actually have no idea. But
yeah. Anyway, it was beautiful in the moment because it was like towards the end of the cocktail hour, everyone's going inside and he played it and I was like, oh baby.
He did
stunning.
So good. And then DJ crushed it. And we so like I said, Nick and Nicole, they did their speeches. So it was just my dad making a speech, but Matt and I got up there to do a little speech beforehand very quick because this week it's my parents' 35th wedding anniversary on April 29th and Matt's parents' 40th wedding anniversary on May 5th. So all close together. And also my nono and my grandma, who sadly passed, but my nono's still alive, their anniversary was yesterday. So it was just all very special. So we just obviously wanted to thank our families, for being so incredible and helping us and just being the best. Like I couldn't be more grateful for the family I am now welcome into and also my own family. Like they are the perfect blend together. Like the best mother-in-law and father-in-law and my parents as well and my sister and my brother and I can't wait. I'm about to have another nephew and also Matt's brother and my sister-in-law Kate is the best. Like, it's just
great.
The best. And then, I'm naming everyone in my family, but I have to. My sister and my brother-in-law, they had the time of their fucking lives. Let me tell you.
They sure did.
Let me tell you. I'll get to that. But
Mom and Dad's night out.
I heard got real. I was getting pictures of my sister in the shower with two of my friends at 3 a.m. I was like, what the hell happened when I left? Like, what is going on? But it was amazing. And then, I forgot. I don't even know if you saw this. Also have to shout out Kelly Keegs sent beautiful Tiffany champagne flutes with butterflies on them to Matt and I the day before with a vintage bottle of Dom Perignon that I was like
class act. Kelly Keegs.
And I knew exactly what we used it for because Matt and I had surprised our parents with 2 cakes for their 35th and it said happy 35th anniversary, happy 40th anniversary. And when we did ours, we had them cut their own cakes so that they could relive that moment, which was really sweet. And we had the champagne with them. But for our cake, we didn't do a wedding cake. We had a little one at the top. But every holiday, my uncle gets these. They're Sicilian pastries, cartocci's. They're called. They're basically like a fried donut cannoli situation. And the bakery that he goes to, it's in Brooklyn, and we went there and asked them if they could make it look like a cake, and they loved the idea, and oh my god, they crushed it. They put it together. The way people were coming up to us about these, Fran, you looked at me in the face and said, "What the fuck was that?"
No, literally,
you were like, "Why have I never had that in my life?" I was like, "I
was blown away."
No, I know they're so.
It was so good.
They're so good, but I went to go change into my second dress, which I haven't really posted, and I love it, but it just, my first dress was like a dream.
The first dress is
my second dress was really like cool and comfortable.
It's gorgeous, but that was like a comfort move.
Yeah, I changed like after 10 o'clock, like whatever. And a couple weeks ago, so I'm trying to give the proper background story of this. So Hardy, who is a fantastic performer, entertainer, country singer, rock. So he has a lot of country music, but he also has a lot of rock. Yeah, and everyone knows. I'm not, I'm no country fanatic. Yeah. And Hardy knows that too. Yeah. He, we've had discussions about that. But I've told him a million times how much I love rock music. Yeah. And I love, there's one of his songs, Sold Out, I love. It's like, he just headbangs. Yeah. And a couple of weeks ago, I was listening to it. And I started crying, and it's like a headbanger, okay? And
it's certainly not a song you cry to. It's at one point, it's middle fingers in the air. You're not a tear does not slowly fall down your face.
No, I just cry because I cry at some weird shit. But I just the words in the song where he's like, "I'm still gonna be me. I never thought my last name would be this big. I'm still always gonna be me. I'm still from Mississippi, no matter how big I get. This is sentiment. I don't know. I cry at weird shit. Whatever." Matt had Matt and Hardy have been friends for years. Yeah. And he is just the nicest, sweetest guy. So is his wife.
He really is.
They just had a beautiful daughter. They are really so sweet. And we had gone to their wedding, I think over 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And they're just so sweet. and they have been friends for years. And Matt texted him being like, "You won't believe it. I just caught Rhea crying to Sold Out." And Hardy wrote back, "That's fucking insane, but amazing." And Matt surprised me.
Yeah.
Hardy got up there and fucking rocked out and sang his heart out to Sold Out, and I just went nuts. Like, it was me, him going, "Everyone put your middle fingers in the air," and seeing my mother-in-law's middle finger
Everyone
shoot
did
up
it.
in the air. No, I see Fran's like double burning it up in the air. No, it was actually insane. My sister comes over and she goes, "My whole hair fell out. I was headbanging so hard, my whole hair fell out." I was actually insane and so special. I'm so, because he came as a guest, and I felt bad. Like, I was like, and Matt said the same thing. He was like, I felt bad,
right?
But when I asked him, he was like, "Of course,"
right? Because you're off the clock.
You're off the clock, yeah. But he he's
so sweet.
He's
like
so sweet. I
think
he was like, "I would love to." Matt had told me about it after. He was like, "I would love to do that." Like, whatever. And everyone loved it. It was actually insanity.
Awesome.
I was like, "This is absurd and so special." I loved it. And I talked about this recently. I was one to have a rock band, so I got up there and I was like, I'm rocking out right now. I mean, I'm losing my train of thought because there's so much I want to touch on, but
I will say the Hardy thing was also so cool because it was such a mix of, like, obviously there's some people who are like, what is happening? And seeing people's reactions, it was so fun.
And there's also people who fucking love him.
But everybody just everybody went so hard
they
for
did.
it.
It was so
and
good.
It was amazing. And he sounded so good.
He sounded so good.
Which is so crazy. It's like, I was laughing because Joe was like, "Wait, does Hardy do screamo?" Like,
some
songs.
He rocks out.
Fully goes, and he put it all into that one too.
No.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. I didn't talk about our first dance. We did "When I Look at You" by Miley Cyrus. Obviously, we both love Miley, so it was just very fitting. And
so underrated, honestly.
We did do one alone before anybody got there. When they showed us, we did one without a crowd.
Yeah.
Which
to the
was
same
really,
song or
to the same song?
Yeah.
Which was really special. And then we did it again.
Yeah.
And it was just like when he lifted me up.
No, you nailed it. Perfect part of the song. Yeah.
Colors that cover me. Like, I was just belting it out.
I wish you could
actually start crying right now because I'm thinking about, I'm under the disco ball.
No, it was amazing. I was having an out of body experience at that moment. I almost wanted to I was taking a video. I didn't want to ruin the video because it's such a beautiful moment. So I'm trying not to sing to ruin the video. But I was like, "The light is going to come." I'm fully lip syncing as much as I could. I was like, this is amazing. One, I could hear Kelly and Gia. We were all at different tables, but I was like, I could see. And funny enough, Haley, does our makeup, who's lovely, and one of our, great friends now, was sitting at the table and she was with her husband. The way the first note played and her husband went, "Oh, fuck yeah, I love this song." And then he sang every word.
That's so good.
Oh my God, I was cracking up. It was so good. It was the perfect choice. And it's such a good choice for you guys too, because I feel like people don't know that one of Matt's maybe bigger moments early on to being hired here, I think, was that everyone was like, he was like, "No, I listened to 6 songs on repeat. I don't that's it." And one of them was The Climb.
Yeah, he's like, and one of them is The Climb. Yeah,
one of them is The Climb,
and it's Miley Cyrus.
It's it's always I always joke because I'm like, no, well, Matt's The Climb's biggest fan.
Yeah, no, he loves Miley.
And it's like, you love Miley, and I was like, this is such an amazing choice.
And it was I
got so many DMs, people being like, "Wow, I never thought about this for a first dance song," and it's genius.
It was so good. I mean, the moment that we picked it, we were listening to it in Florida because we were showing his mom, and we just started crying at the table. She said, "Yeah, this is it." She said, "Don't even think about it. You guys just both started crying listening to this. Like, this is the song." But no, the reception, nobody left the dance floor. The music was incredible. Let me tell you, I can't repeat some of the stories and things that were happening at this wedding.
Yeah.
But some of the shit that I was hearing that happened, first of all, I'm honored. I'm honored that crazy shit was happening all over the place, in the best way, hilarious.
Yeah.
people were fucked up, and it was amazing. I mean,
Gia kept saying I couldn't. She was like out of breath. She was like, I can't leave the dance floor. Every song, one after another, is just so good. Like she's just locked in.
No, it was so good. I looked over at Noah and Tommy. I mean, they were having. I mean,
Noah was dancing so hard he put scuff marks on the dance floor.
Do you know Noah carved his initials into the dance floor?
Yeah.
We have a picture of it. Noah carved N-I into the dance floor with his shoe. There's an N-I on the dance floor. He started
pulling these moves out that I've never seen before. I looked.
Blur.
It was like Fast and Furious. He left tire marks on the dance floor.
It was insane.
When Leah was like, "Oh, remember when we were like rapping, not like us, like word for word to each other?" I was like, "Kind of."
Yeah, you're like,
not
no.
really. I remember it.
You're like, no, I actually don't really remember that. No, I mean, because we had an after party too, and we had Olive Oil, who's. If you're in New Jersey, you know Olive Oil, and they were at the start of our relationship. They were always at the bars, and so we thought it'd be cool to have them DJ the after party. And we had L&B, Spumoni Gardens pizza for the after party. We had cigar rollers for the after party. We had fire pits outside. People were just smoking cigars, eating pizza. Ass up in the air on the dance floor. Some people at the after party.
My sister was dancing between people's legs.
My sister spent majority of the night under Kelly Kee's dress. Yeah. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like she's popping in and out.
She was wearing one of those dresses that you do want to just like.
I mean, they had the time of like, it was just watching everyone just have such an amazing time. I mean, we like, I couldn't stop. So I was like, oh my God, look at everyone having such a good time. Like jumping. I was out of breath. Like I literally, I'm like, and like, honestly, I love that Matt and we stayed together the whole time. Like, they're actually, I'm looking back, the only moment that we weren't together was when I went to go change and like show it. Like that was it. But we stayed like dancing the whole time. Like, oh my God, it was just,
The food was amazing. The prosciutto melon ball sacks were unbelievable.
Of course.
Just out of this world. And that was such a delicious plate. We were all blown away eating the meal at the table. Everyone was raving about it. Lobster ravioli is fucking fantastic.
That was really good.
It was like in that sauce. It was so good. And then you were telling me to get the fish. I told everyone to get the fish. We were all eating it. So good.
I'm so
raving.
glad.
Oh my God. I could have eaten like 3 of those plates.
It was
not a crumb was left on my plate.
I'm so
not
happy.
Not a crumb was left. It was so delicious. Joe was at the bar when they were coming around and taking her order, and I was like, I'll have the sea bass. I said, he will also have the sea bass.
He's having the fucking sea bass.
And I was like, he will also have the sea bass. Because normally we split skis.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
And I was like, no. I think we were both going to need to have this fish. And when he came back, I was like, I ordered you the fish. And he was like, oh?
Yeah,
and I was
trust.
Like, Rhea said, order the fish. So we're eating the fish. And she said, okay, absolutely. Got it. Derby week is here. Alert, alert. Ladies and gentlemen, suit up in your sharpest. Ladies, let those wide-brimmed hats turn heads. The race is on. But who will rise above the rest and be crowned king of the track? Find out on DK Horse, the #1 downloaded horse betting app. DraftKings is turning up the thrill with the King of the Track promotion. Here's how to get into it. Head to the DK Horse app, opt in, and bet $5 or more on a horse to win the Derby. If your pick crosses the finish line first, you'll win a share of a $1 million prize pool. You heard that right, $1 million prize pool. So who will reign supreme? Download the DK Horse Racing app and use code CHICKS. That's code CHICKS on DK Horse. Bet $5 or more on a horse to win the Derby for your shot at a piece of $1 million. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
It was, I mean, just literally.
We do have to give a shout out to Aunt Debbie. She was a star.
Was just about to get into that because, I think my dad gets a little worried. His sister Aunt Deb, he gets a little worried. He's like, Aunt Deb bothering. When Matt was calling Hardy up to sing, there was a video of Aunt Debbie with her hand on his chest and her arm around his back, like she is his mother.
Hardy's.
And, like Hardy's mother.
Yep.
And she's like going like this, like, and let me tell you, here's the thing.
They were talking to her in the cocktail hour, like, so.
She tells everyone they're not her #1. So when everyone finds each other and goes, Aunt Deb said I was her #1, everyone's like, she told me I was her #1. And then everyone's like, Aunt Deb is lying to everybody. But I did say, Aunt Debbie, I actually really love that you make all of my friends feel so special in my family.
It's the sweetest.
Like I'm like the fact that people always say to me like they feel so welcome into the family. Like
and she remembers everybody and knows everybody's
we had a nice
name
dance on the dance floor. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
She took photos, pictures with everybody.
I saw you and Tommy dancing with everybody in my family. Yeah. Like it was just no.
If you didn't get a picture in the photo booth with Aunt Deb, you did not fully experience the wedding.
Can I just say, I got the photo booth.
All of them, yeah.
Aunt Debbie's in every picture.
She's in a lot of them. Yeah.
There's a picture of Aunt Debbie and Joe.
Yep.
That I'm actually I might just frame myself.
So good.
Because it is so good. And I have to say, and I told you this the other night, but like I just like love you and Joe as a married couple so much. I mean, the way that you guys just like treat me, like I feel like Joe is my brother-in-law too. You know what I mean? Like I just truly feel that way. And like he
does fit in. It was just it's just so funny.
It's amazing. I mean, I just feel so lucky that we have experienced these moments together so close in proximity because there's nothing more special than it. And I said like who is so lucky to have such an amazing working relationship but also such an amazing friendship that we have and like our family. Like it's just so incredible, all of it. Like I feel so lucky. It was just insane. I mean, literally couldn't ask for anything better. Like the wedding, like we were like, this is the best. You know, people say like, it's gonna be the best day of our life. Like, wait, no, this actually was the best day of our lives. It actually was the best day of our lives.
I texted you yesterday. I was like, so now what?
Yeah.
I go, we're both married, so like now what?
No, but I was like, now we fucking crush it. We have two great support systems at home, and we can flourish in other ways in life. And
they're good guys.
They are. We got some great guys. My wedding band. Have to talk about my wedding band. Okay.
Talk us through the design process.
So
I think it's so sick. I think people are going to take it to their jeweler and be like, I want this. Your jeweler should make it and call it like the
wedding band is so sick. So I knew I wanted a thicker band, like a, you know, what they call them, cigar band.
Yeah,
I wanted a thicker band. And like I had seen a cigar band that had like sparkle on it, like kind of, like whatever. And I started thinking, like, what if can we do where we put the diamond? And I tried to explain to them good old gold in Massapequa, Long Island. Matt went and got my engagement ring there, and so you know he is very familiar with the diamond process now. He knows more than I do, and so when I was explaining my vision to him, he was like, "Listen, I trust your brain. Like we're gonna make this happen for you." So we went there, and I kind of explained to them, and they mocked up a model. I'd found like sort of inspiration pics online, but like nothing like that. I didn't find anything exactly that looks like this. I couldn't find, but like little things that we could put together. And they mocked it up, and they had sent me so many model types to try on before I can like really say final. And it's just, I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I wanted something modern and vintage, and I mean, shout out to my husband, obviously, but it's just like perfect. Like I'm looking, I'm smiling. Sorry, I was talking and then I just got distracted looking at it because I'm like,
no, I was going to ask you about it too because I wanted you to talk about it.
No, it's
really you
really
too.
Cool.
Like it's just like funky and cool, and I feel like you can wear it with your engagement ring, without your engagement ring. It's a statement piece, which is cool because I think, I mean, no matter what path you go down with your wedding band, it's symbolic and it means something, and some people want to go more traditional, some people go a little different, more funky. I just feel like this is so perfect for you that you'll like wear that forever, and it'll just always be classic.
No, it's amazing. And my mom's sister, my Aunt Jean, had always worked at a jeweler, and she was heavily involved in the process as well, and she knows, you know what I mean? And she crushed it. Like she just, it was, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm staring. It's just so cool.
No, it is. And you'll be doing that for a long time.
No, it's
where you literally just look at your hand and you're like, damn.
It is really just so cool. I got to get some proper pictures of it because, I mean,
I know it deserves like a full, because it's almost it needs like a 360 moment.
No,
like,
it does.
You have to like take a video to get like the whole thing.
The jeweler does have a video. Yeah. And they will post it because it is really so sick. I do have to say something very funny about Dave because I know people are wondering. So Dave was invited to the wedding, and he had mentioned like on a pizza review that he was invited. He was very thankful to be invited, and he
clarified that you were under the impression
I was under
that he was not coming.
No, because Matt had asked him about a month or so ago in the office. I wasn't in the office. He was there, and he had asked him, and he said he was like, "Oh, my schedule, like I don't know, probably not, but I'm not sure." So we took it as like he probably won't be coming. So it's about 2 hours before we're about to get married, and I open up my phone and I see a text from Dave Portnoy to me and Matt, and the text is very, very nice. He's like, I'm not going to read everything. Yeah. But he's like, I want to thank you guys like for the invite to the wedding. I really do appreciate it. I'm not going to make it. My schedule's a disaster, but like, kudos to you guys. Like you guys were right. Like you're getting married.
You get married.
Congrats again. Like it was a really nice message. And I thought to myself, like, how nice. Like 2 hours before we're about to get married. Like we get this text from Dave.
And you showed it to me and I laughed because I looked at you. I was like, we were like, oh yeah, I mean, we kind of assumed at this point you weren't going to make it, boss. You know?
I mean, he had told Matt probably not. So
yeah.
The next day, we are at, we went to Red Hook Tavern the next day for lunch, which we didn't
we'll talk about after that because honestly, like, I can't rave enough about the food choices you made all weekend.
Food was superb all around.
Yeah.
I open up my phone to another text from Dave. He writes, holy shit, yesterday was your wedding. I almost passed out when I saw that on Instagram. I thought you guys were getting married end of the summer. Me saying I'm not coming the day of your wedding is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can't believe I actually did that. He's like, I feel like a dick. Like, he's like, how
he's
crazy?
Like, holy shit, I RSVP'd no on their wedding day.
No. How insane. I thought there was the universe made Dave text us on the day of our wedding.
Literally on the day of your wedding. It's so funny that he had no idea he was texting you.
It was the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
That he texted us on to be like, congrats, thank you. I'm not going to be able to make it. He was like, I hope you didn't save me a seat. And I was crying, laughing. I was like,
he thought he was ahead of the game.
No, he wrote back, he goes, I thought I was giving you months notice. Yeah. And I was like, it was actually so funny. He was like, enjoy your honeymoon. It was very nice. But I wrote back, I was like, I am cracking up right now.
So
like
funny.
Totally fine. Like there were some extra spots just because whatever. I was like, but we assumed you weren't coming because you had said probably not.
Yeah.
So whatever. But I was like, this is the most Dave thing to happen. It's actually perfect. I was like, the text I said, the text on the wedding day was actually perfect. And Matt wrote, nothing like a nice adrenaline rush from you right before I'm about to get married. Like seeing your name pop up on my phone right before I'm about to get married. Like it was literally the most Dave thing of all time.
So
it was
funny.
actually so funny. But we went to Red Hook Tavern. No, day of. No,
we just kept laughing. Me telling you I'm not coming to your wedding the day of is the dumbest thing
I've ever heard. Like it's actually so funny. Because he's a class act in that way. Like, he's not going to be like, because the amount of times he's talked about people leaving dinners early, like
totally
about the manners with that stuff. So like, but we went to Red Hook Tavern the next day for lunch. So no one got the call up at 12. So lunch was at 12:30. Very into. I kept it super, super small. My sister, obviously.
Down for the count.
Not making it to the lunch.
Yep.
I was also down for the count for a while. I woke up at 6 a.m. being like, oh God. Like,
yeah.
Gave Noah the call up. I said, listen, we got some extra spots. No, he's like, I'd be honored. He gets there, doesn't need a damn thing. He's like, I can't. He's like,
I was struggling a little bit. Yeah.
No, I don't blame you, but I'm honored that you showed up.
I did take a
30
bite,
minutes.
and then I took the burger home, and I texted Marty last night, like, oh my God, this is the greatest
No,
thing
you
ever.
made it within 30 minutes.
When you texted me, I knew it was going to be like the closest people to you. I still, like, for some reason in my mind thought, like, oh, it'll be like a bunch of tables kind of just like chilling. When I walked in and it was just like one table and like Marty's parents, and I was like, oh.
It was really like 10 people.
Yeah. You were like, oh yeah, wow, this is.
And what did I bring you?
And Noah brought me a bag of Doritos.
He sure did. He sure
did.
did.
Very classy. Perfect.
He sure did. Which was unintentionally very funny because obviously Matt's family like doesn't fully know that
Yeah, they were
joke.
like, can we get explained?
So it was like they were like, oh, one back for all of
the
us.
waiter-
Yeah, it was
the
like
waiter
that.
also
That
kinda was
right
like,
there is
what?
a joke.
Yeah, they were very confused. But guys, I gotta get to my honeymoon. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get to the airport.
No, you,
but,
you drove. No, I wanted to just say, like, by the way, it was just the coolest thing ever. My friends were raving. They were like, oh my God, like, iconic Brooklyn, everything she did food wise, out of this world. And the menu at Red Hook Tavern was incredible.
No,
they
incredible.
Had this upstairs room that I did not know that they had. The room was gorgeous.
They don't show it to people.
Yeah.
The owner, shout out to Glennie
No, but
Balls.
let me tell you, this was another thing that I was like, people were like, oh my God, you can do that. I was like, I don't think just anybody
I felt like
can.
a celebrity walking up.
I don't think just anybody can.
No, and it's just I had mentioned did I say this in the beginning? Like I mentioned in my vows that like Matt has such an infectious personality that like when people meet him one time, they want to talk to him over and over again. Like they just want to be his best friend. So like he gets all these connections because people just like gravitate to him. Like, and so we were able to like get all these cool spots. Like, Lucali, this. I'm like, because this person, everyone just wants, but it was so funny. I mean, yeah, I don't think they give that room out.
Room
so.
was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I saved the menu just so I can like go back and look at like what we ate because it was so good. That burger was insane.
No, seeing
Insane.
Okay, first of all, two people seeing Patrick Schwarzenegger comment on Matt's post, who by the way I've never mentioned like Matt and him talk often.
Yeah,
which is funny because that's another like during the White Lotus I didn't want to mention that at all, but like that's what I mean. Like people just they meet him and they just want to keep talking to him. And then we saw Dylan Efron commented beautiful. Yeah.
Sure did.
We did see that.
did.
And we are a pop culture podcast and we do have to take note of that.
No,
sort of
100%.
thing. You know what I mean? But
No, sometimes you just get like a DM after the post wedding DM is just like is peak because you get people who are just coming out of the woodwork and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this person just congratulated me on my wedding.
No, it's crazy.
Like,
I mean, unbelievable. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things. I hope I was able to, talk about everybody I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Oh.
I mean, literally
Stop.
the most special,
Yeah.
the most beautiful. I mean,
yeah.
the
But
dress,
thank you.
absolutely
Thank you.
gorgeous.
You don't have to talk about
no,
me at all.
no, but I do. Like, I just feel so lucky. I really do.
No,
I
it
think
was-
we are both so lucky.
Try Jackpocket, the all-in-one lottery app. You can easily order tickets, get notifications for upcoming drawings, and any winnings, all from your phone on the Jackpocket app. Jackpocket lets you order Powerball, Mega Millions, and even stake games like Cash for Life, Pick 3, Pick 4. You can download the app to see what stake games are available for you to enjoy. Even better, you can get $5 off your first lottery order with code CHICKS at checkout. That's code CHICKS for your first ticket free only on Jackpocket. So make sure you guys are checking this out. Jackpocket is the all-in-one lottery app. Makes things so easy, way more convenient, where you can easily order the tickets, get notifications for upcoming drawings and any winnings, all from your phone on the Jackpocket app. Get $5 off your first lottery order with code CHICKS at checkout. That's code CHICKS for your first ticket free only on Jackpocket. I can't stop fucking texting you. Yesterday, I like literally was with you at lunch and then went home and was still texting you because I was by myself and I was like, I'm probably being so annoying now that I'm just like nonstop texting you and talking about it. And I keep showing you keep sending me pictures and I keep going. I'm like, oh my God, Joe. And I look at this and I look at this one and he's at the point now where he's like, she looks beautiful. Like, I understand.
He's like, I get it.
Like, I
don't
saw,
need to see anymore.
He's also like, how guys are. They're like, no, I was there. I saw her in person. She looks stunning. Like, I was there, But I'm like, oh, look at this one.
No, it's so
I'm
good.
like, oh my God. So first of all, the pictures are just out of this world. I'm so excited for you too. I was really trying to like put my words together when I was posting on Instagram, and I still feel like you can say so much on this platform more than you can the written word. And I don't want to be like too overly sappy and like write a fucking essay on Instagram, but watching you from 19 to now and meeting Matt and everything you guys have been through and the love and care that you have for each other and have always had for each other, that's never wavered. You guys have there's never been one doubt that wasn't like what you guys were going to do. And getting to watch you guys get married and everybody was so happy and it was so beautiful. And he loves you so much.
I love him so much.
It's really, I couldn't ask, and it's a testament to Matt, but you couldn't get a better person to marry your best friend. You know, like all you want is for somebody to take care of you and love you, and I know he'll do that forever.
Oh,
and it was both of you just out of this world. Really, really incredible. I'm so excited to watch you guys
Oh my God.
grow
thank you
and
so
now
much.
be married
Oh
and
my
like,
God.
ugh.
Thank
Couple
you so
trips
much.
forever.
No, we will. That is actually so sweet. And you know I feel the same way about you too.
It's
I was
just the
texting you
best.
the other night and I was like, I just love you and Joe so much. I love your guys' relationship. I love watching you. You were like, like I said, Joe feels like a brother-in-law to me. Like I feel so lucky.
And we both feel that way about you too, and he says it all the time. It's like I do feel like she's, my little sister, because we have gotten to watch, and it's, I'm not that much older than you, but like I have gotten to watch you grow up and like flourish, and really Matt has helped. You've done so much on your own, but Matt has really helped you become like the best version of yourself.
Oh, I agree with that.
And
I do. I mean,
it was so amazing, and really like. I also want to like double down and thank your parents again, because they were the best. They're so sweet. I love them so much. Your whole family. Really,
no, I
like,
really just need to thank my parents.
Both and Matt's family is incredible
parents,
too. So
they really just, I mean, they're the best. They will do anything for anybody and for us, and they always show that. So I mean, just a huge thank you to them.
And I think everybody in this room had an absolute
I loved watching.
Ton of fun.
I loved watching all of you. Everyone at work.
Oh my God, I loved seeing everybody on the dance floor.
No, it was amazing.
Nobody really like seeing like everybody. I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm like watching Trent dance. I'm like,
it was amazing.
Trent.
So I see Trent after with a cigar in his mouth. He goes, Maria, that Chilean sea bass, fucking fantastic. And I was like, yes, Trent. No, I absolutely loved it. And no, I mean, I feel so lucky that I know Matt as the person that he is, because he really is the kindest, sweetest, most thoughtful person in the entire world. And people don't even know the half of it. And I know we can come across annoying. Like I like, people always think oh, these two, they like love each other. I'm like, no, but that is like our relationship to its core, and I really truly feel that way. And he really just treats me with like like I can't.
That's
even
just
put
how
into
it's always
words.
been for you too.
No,
too.
it's
and
we have my
just a good
my
guy.
parents' relationship is like that. His parents' relationship is like that, and we obviously want to follow in their footsteps.
I mean, your parents are amazing. I laugh and I make fun of them all the time to be like, they can't go to the grocery store without each other.
No,
that's
they
just
can't.
like that's
the relationship, and
it's great because that's what you've had to look up to, and seeing you find that is so awesome.
No, it really is. It really is. I feel so lucky. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I can't wait to go on the honeymoon. I mean,
let me tell you something. I like getting to redo your wedding day again. I'm sure everyone is like, oh my God, I wish we could go back and do it again. Soak in every second of this honeymoon, because my God, do I wish I could go back on that vacation again.
No, I am. No,
and you guys, you're gonna have the best time.
We have a full spa day for the first day.
Oh,
we need it.
You deserve it.
We really need it.
You deserve it. Take it all in. Enjoy those moments. Disconnect. Put your phone down.
Totally.
And just
I know
play games and have fun and talk. And,
thank you for the backgammon board. Of course, very special.
And like just live it up, because you don't really. I've said it before. You don't get that alone time again. Like it's so special.
Thank you. And we got all those pictures and videos out for everyone ASAP. Thanks to the photographers and videographers. Once again, thank you. So now we can, we don't have to. I was like, wow, I am feeding people.
And please, we're starving still.
No, people, please let me know if people are sick of it or if they want more, because I don't want to do.
I'm dead serious. If you keep sending me these pictures and you don't post them, I will post them myself. I will clout chase. I will clout chase.
Noah will.
I will post them myself.
No, I
keep sending all these videos. I'm like, fucking post these on TikTok. It's going viral right now.
People were like, where the fuck is the coverage, Noah? Like in my DMs.
I approved Noah revealing my second dress. He sent me the video, and somebody responded back to Noah, goes, thank you for the second dress reveal. I was like, yes, Noah, you can have that one.
No, truly. I'm like, if you don't fucking post it, I will, because there's so many good ones.
You guys are the best. Noah, I have to say, so my dad did mention Fran in his speech.
Very nice.
My dad calls me today. He goes, please tell Noah I am so sorry I didn't mention him in the speech. I said, Dad, please. I was like, it is.
That's actually so funny.
I said, it is more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm like, no one knows.
I did
He knows.
not. Yeah,
no, I was like, I don't think.
And
no.
they tell you in person.
Oh, my parents.
I love your parents.
My parents were texting with your mom yesterday.
Oh
or
yeah, my
whatever.
mom said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I will say too, and it was about your dad, I was cracking up. There was one point you were on the dance floor and you looked at me, you were like, I need a drink. I said, okay. Ran to the bar, grabbed a glass of Prosecco. But your parents were at the bar and they were waiting for a drink. And I like cut in front of them. I was like, so sorry, the bride needs a drink. I'm getting it, Chris. The way your father didn't say one word.
He was
and
so sad.
I was like, oh my God, did I do something? Like I was like, is he mad at me for something?
No.
Like he
Never.
he couldn't even look me in the eye.
Never.
Like he was so and I went back to you. I was like, is your dad okay?
No, he was so.
And you were like, he was so nervous.
so nervous
for
for
the
the
speech, but he.
No, let me tell you,
Yeah.
my family is
Beautiful.
obsessed with you and Joe. Like
Oh,
they literally are obsessed with you too. They are obsessed. It's
Nicole texted
amazing.
me was like, James needs to hang out with Joe.
No.
I don't know what's going on. Like
They
I-
are obsessed with you both. Like, oh my God, Fran is so beautiful, and Joe, what a time! I mean, both of them together, what
Bro.
no, it's amazing.
He's almost like it's funny having a husband like that because I'm always like he is very social and can thrive in those
Yep.
settings. But I'm just like, all right, we get it.
No, you guys are
Your
hilarious.
dad was like,
the
oh,
dynamic.
Joe, it was a hit at the rehearsal dinner. I'm like, oh, of course he was.
No, and I stepped in and I said, and you know who's a bigger hit, Fran?
Yes.
Like, let's give
I
Fran
know.
the
Well, I was pushing Aunt Deb's buttons because she kept talking about Joe. I'm like, Aunt Deb, don't forget about me. Okay.
No,
You know,
no.
you can love Joe, but Joe's here because of me. Remember that.
You're the star of the show. Right, exactly. Joe's into our lives because of you. So, exactly.
But no. Oh my God. Amazing. Love it. Bon voyage.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have the best trip.
I will see you in 2 weeks. Don't miss me too much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Don't be too happy that I'm gone,
No.
please.
Because if you, hey, guys, psst, all right, psst, don't let, Rhea's not listening to this. She's not listening to this at all. If at any point you guys in the next 2 weeks just want to like, she's not going to be posting too much, she's off the grid, just send her a little DM. Hey, Rhea, we miss you so much on the podcast. So that's it. That's
you don't
it.
have to do that. You
No,
don't
no,
have to.
just
I
be
know.
like, so like, and not a lot, but just like maybe a little trick, like a little trickle of like,
Oh, guys,
hope
I'm
you're
like-
having the best time, but like we miss you.
No, it's okay.
You know?
I get. No, it's.
She didn't even hear that, so it's
No,
fine.
I know. I know the real ones love us together. I do. But you are gonna absolutely crush it.
Oh, thanks.
You're gonna.
I'm a little nervous. I'm
no,
not gonna lie.
You will absolutely crush it without me. Obviously, no doubt. And I probably will be posting from the honeymoon. Not obviously a ton.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, why not? It takes 1 minute to film a video. and
Also,
then
like
there's
you,
24 hours in the day.
yeah, you can do whatever you want,
Yeah, of course.
and it's like you're on your. You can enjoy the day, also take pictures
Also,
and videos,
because-
and then when you go home and you're laying in bed in the hotel and you have time
Yeah.
to kill, it's like, oh, take the 5 minutes to throw
Right.
some stuff up.
Because by the way, I'm 6 hours ahead, so I will have my
That
day
too.
before everybody
That
else
too.
does.
That too.
Okay, I love everybody so much. Thank you so much.
I'm like, why
you
am I
were waving?
Bye,
Oh my god,
everyone.
literally.
Bye.
Bye. Love you
I feel
guys
like
so
Luca
much.
at the end.
See,
Bye.
bye. See you in 2 weeks. Love you. Best show on earth.
Yeah.
Always. Well, somebody.
forget it.
We still got to talk about JoJo Siwa and Chris.
Holy
okay,
shit.
we'll talk about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
after.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Love you.